Welcome to Ryson. Let's start today's story.
It is the morning of May 18th, 2026, and the Islamic Center of San Diego is settling into its daily rhythm. People are arriving for morning prayers, staff are opening up the facility, and the campus is buzzing with the quiet routine of a typical Monday. Looking at the blueprint of the campus, you can see the main entrance opens almost directly into the Al-Rashid School. On this specific morning, there are 140 children sitting in these classrooms, located just a few dozen feet from the front doors. Standing between those doors and a street is Amin Abdullah. He is a fixture in the community, known for a bright, perpetual smile, but he took this specific security job with a serious mandate: to physically protect the congregation and the kids inside. The center has fences, cameras, and standard safety protocols in place, but as the morning stretches on, everyone inside is completely unaware that a heavily armed, highly mobile threat is driving directly toward their front steps. Earlier that morning, at 9:42 a.m., a frantic mother calls 911. She tells dispatchers her 17-year-old son has taken her car. He is missing, he is suicidal, he is wearing camouflage gear, and several of her firearms are gone. San Diego police immediately mobilize. License plate readers detect the mother's vehicle near the Fashion Valley Mall, and officers scramble resources there. Simultaneously, they dispatch units to Madison High School, where the teenager was once a student. This map shows the fatal disconnect of that morning. While a massive law enforcement response locks down the mall and the high school miles away, the actual threat has bypassed both targets. The stolen car is driving straight toward the Islamic Center. The entire city's police force is hunting for the suspects, but they are looking in the wrong places. Those 140 children are completely outside the law enforcement shield. Their survival is now entirely dependent on who is standing at the door. At 11:43 a.m., the stolen car arrives and pulls up to this building. The 17-year-old and an 18-year-old accomplice step out, heavily armed, with the intention of breaching the main lobby. They immediately encounter Amin Abdullah at the front entrance. The shooters move past him, likely assuming they have the element of surprise, and Amin draws his weapon. Looking at the lobby floor plan, Amin utilizes this entrance bottleneck to engage the shooters. Mid-firefight, he grabs his radio to initiate the active shooter protocol. Because of that critical call, every corridor door locks immediately, sealing the classrooms and isolating the children from the breach. Amin Abdullah doesn't survive the initial exchange of gunfire, but he transforms an ambush into a tactical delay. He strips the shooters of their momentum and buys the teachers the precious seconds they need to secure the children. The gunfire alerts the rest of the campus. Mansour Kaziha, the 78-year-old caretaker of the facility, and Nader Awad, a neighbor who lives across the street, hear the shots. Instead of running away, both men run directly toward the lobby to confront the attackers. You can see the resulting spatial shift on the floor plan. By rushing the shooters and fighting back, Kaziha and Awad disrupt the attackers' path into the building. The gunmen are drawn back out of the lobby and into the exterior parking lot. The attackers corner and kill both men in the parking lot, but the physical struggle burns down the clock. With the element of surprise gone and police sirens now wailing in the distance, the teenage shooters panic and flee the scene. The attackers never reached the classrooms. The physical redirection of the threat, forcing the gunmen back out the front doors, is the precise, mechanical reason why those 140 students survived. Minutes later, police discover the attackers a few blocks away. The two teenagers are found dead from self-inflicted gunshot wounds inside their silver car, surrounded by police tape. Investigators search the vehicle and the suspects' homes, uncovering a staggering stockpile of over 30 firearms, tactical gear, and a crossbow. They also find a manifesto. It outlines a broad, chaotic hatred, fueled by online radicalization, targeting Muslims, Jewish people, Black people, women, and the LGBTQ community. The attackers spent their lives isolated behind screens, marinating in a digital echo chamber of violence and resentment. They drove to the mosque to project that nihilism onto strangers, but they were met by men whose entire lives were defined by physical presence and devotion to their community. It was a brutal collision of two extremes. The modern epidemic of digital extremism crashed violently into the timeless, protective power of a community that looks out for its own. In the days that follow, San Diego rallies around the Islamic Center. Online fundraisers collect millions of dollars for the victims' families, and massive crowds gather at interfaith vigils to mourn the loss. But alongside the grief at every floral memorial is a staggering realization of what was avoided. Because of the swift, decisive sacrifice of 3 men, the attackers were neutralized before they could breach the inner halls, and not a single child was harmed. We build fences, install security cameras, and rely on rapid police responses to keep our institutions safe. But when those systems fail, the ultimate defense mechanism of any society remains the split-second courage of ordinary people choosing to stand in the doorway.